This is a good movie podcast with Katie and Joe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a mini episode of This is a Good Movie podcast with myself, Joe Bates, and
Katie Hetledge.
my co-host with the co-most.
Thanks.
But yeah, we're doing a quick Oscar reactions episode. We watched it last night in the Metrograph.
Yep, a little theater in New York City.
Yep, with a bunch of people. It was probably like 200 people, maybe more at this whole thing.
It was packed.
Yeah, it was a lot of beer. Drinks were had, so... But yeah, Oscar, this is the second time we've done the Oscars at the Metrograph.
It's so fun. I love going. And now I'm happy to tell other people about it because we may not be going back, so.
Yeah, that may be the last one. We're going to burn it down.
No. Oh my God.
No. But yeah, I always enjoyed it. It's just a neat thing I've never done before is going to like a movie theater Oscar party.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's a good time. So.
I mean, it's so, like, we'll get into this, but I've seen a lot of people posting their opinions of the show, and they were like, it was so-so. Jimmy Kimmel was fine. He was, not anything special. And you and I walked away from it, I think, being like, this was great.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is probably because we were with
Surrounded
a bunch
by
of
people.
other people who also were really excited and love the Oscars and love movies and all of that. So, like, if we had been watching it on our couch, we might not be as into it.
Yeah, but what I would argue, though, is that last year we did the Metrograph viewing, and that was when the movies that were winning were the ones everyone loved in the theater. And I would say that wasn't particularly the case this one, but we did think this was a better Oscars.
Yes. I do think this Oscars was better than last year's Oscars.
There was a lot more cheers for Michelle Yeoh than there were for Emma Stone. Although, actually, Emma Stone was probably the biggest cheer of the night in the theater.
I think that was the one,
upset.
Not necessarily the upset, but it was a little more up in the air who would win that one versus some of the other categories. And I think people were like, it could go either way, but it's probably going to be Lily. That's what I was hearing from people. So then when it was, she looked genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
That
I think
won.
she just has that look 24/7 in real life.
No, I don't think so. I think she was genuinely surprised. And then she gave a nice little speech, and I'm happy that she was great in that film, so.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a
sense.
deserved Oscar. That would be my one thing. I just really wanted Lily Gladstone to win. I thought she was like so amazing.
And you wanted Killers to get
Killers
like some
got
kind of
no
love, and it got
Oscars.
nothing. And Poor Things actually got way more than I was expecting it to get.
Yeah.
It got so many like of the technical awards.
Yeah, which I was honestly, I thought Oppenheimer was going to sweep it, which was nice to see like multiple movies kind of get some love, except for some reason.
I mean, Oppenheimer did still do very well. It got lead actor, supporting actor, director, best picture. Got was it film editing?
If editing and cinematography.
Yeah, so that's still quite a lot. I guess compared to what it could have been, it wasn't a total sweep, but still, yeah, overall, Oppenheimer, I think, was like the big winner of the night, and then Poor Things, and then a smattering of other films.
Yeah, Anatomy of a Fall did get a little bit of love, and Zone of Interest got a little bit of love, which was neat to see that too. I mean, Zone of Interest was definitely going to win
Sound.
international feature.
Yeah, it was
Sound
super.
was a big surprise.
I think that is the award that I am like most not excited, but like
Pleasantly surprised by.
yeah, because I really felt strongly that Zone of Interest should win for sound because it was so integral to the storyline and like the plot. I mean, if you can say that the movie had a plot, I don't know, but
Yeah, the movie was,
if anything, yeah.
the Sound was another movie in itself.
Right. Yeah, so I think that was my most like satisfying win of the night. So I was really excited about that. And then Anatomy of a Fall won Screenplay and American Fiction.
Yeah.
One's great. Those are great wins for that. I mean, I did want Past Lives to win something, so I had picked it for screenplay, but I understand why.
There was a post I saw that Justine Triet
Yeah.
dressed exactly like Nicole Kidman in the AMC commercials.
I don't think that was like intentional. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just go over we talked about Emma Stone and Lily. My one point is I'll talk about that at the end. We'll just go through the actors right now. Mm-hmm. Actress in a supporting role.
Divine Joy Randolph, predicted.
Mm-hmm. Actor in a supporting role, Robert Downey Jr. And then lead actor,
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah,
all no surprises.
Strong favorites going in.
They'd been winning the entire time. So
now, what did you think of the presentation of the acting categories?
I loved it so much. I thought it was like so beautiful and special to do it that way. And
it seemed like it would be with the supporting actress and everyone crying at everyone talking in that one.
So if you didn't watch, but now you're listening to this recap, what?
No, I know. It's just a funny person.
What?
It's a funny person to like watch the recap but not watch it. I don't know.
Wow, now you're insulting this person that I'm talking about, who's patiently listening to find out what was so great.
Okay.
They had former winners, like 5 past winners, come out and introduce each of the nominees for the 4 lead acting or the 4 acting roles.
Yeah.
And they like said a nice little thing about them, and it was so great. And yes, when they did it for Best Supporting Actress, which was also the first award of the night, and so they're starting off very strong with this, and so you're like so surprised. You're like, what's going on? Are they going to do this for all of them? Oh my gosh. And then all of their messages were so heartfelt, and also you could see like they really matched them up so that they were kind of introducing people that they had worked with or like their friends, so it really meant a lot to the person who was like presenting, but then also the nominees like hearing these nice things. So everyone's like crying, and it was so great. And then I will say the other 3 were not quite as impactful in their presentation, but it was still fun.
I will say the best one
Nicolas
of
Cage.
all 4, Nicolas Cage, talking about Paul Giamatti putting soft contact lenses and he went blind on set.
Oh my gosh.
And going, I would do that. Would I do that? Hell yeah, I would. And then goes Paul Giamatti.
Nicolas Cage.
And
that was great. And it was just really fun to like have some stars there, some major movie stars there, who otherwise would not have been there because they didn't have anything out this year or like anything, big. And I felt like it just aided kind of the energy of the night.
Who were some big people missing from the Oscars? Tom Cruise wasn't there.
Tom Cruise wasn't there.
Meryl Streep, I don't know if she was there.
What would she have been there for?
Just to be at the Oscars.
Oh, okay. Like I thought you meant people.
No, I'm talking about people that just weren't at the major stars that just weren't.
Was
there.
Helen Mirren there?
Oh, I wonder if she would have had to be if she's like
for Golda.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw her. Maybe I just missed her. Leo wasn't there.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
That's the big. I don't know. The big one who was missing since Killers was nominated. You'd think he would have gone, but he wasn't nominated, so
that's disappointing that Leo wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe he's busy.
Robert De Niro seemed like he was pissed he was there the whole time.
No, I thought he was having a good time.
Right. He did laugh when Tim Robbins said he's gonna win the Oscar.
Oh yeah, that was funny. The Oscar-winning performance.
We're worthy.
And there was a joke. I think I don't know who made it. If it was Kimmel or a presenter, but they were like 20 years ago or 40 years ago, something crazy. They were like Jodie Foster.
48 years ago, Jodie Foster
and Robert De Niro were nominated to
Taxi Driver.
Yeah, for Taxi Driver, and now she's like.
Back then she could have played his daughter, but now she's 20 years older than his girlfriend.
Yeah. That was funny, and he laughed at that.
Jodie Foster nodded. She loved it.
She laughed at that too. Yeah, she's great.
Your biggest surprise and happy surprise of the thing was the best sound.
Yes.
mine, even though I didn't see the movie, I really felt cool and good.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Glad you felt cool and good.
I felt good and it was cool. Sorry.
Okay.
When Godzilla Minus One.
Oh, yeah, that
Like,
was great.
having a Godzilla movie win an Oscar, because Godzilla is like so synonymous with like movies. It was just a really neat thing, and they all brought little Godzillas
They
up.
all brought up little Godzillas, and their shoes had Godzillas on them too.
Just
I
a bunch of
loved it.
Godzillas. And then he just, the speech, and everyone's like, oh man, this speech is a dud. But he was just.
Well, because you just couldn't really understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
And I do think in that case, I totally get why they were like, we'll do the speech in English and stuff. Like, I get why they did that. But I also think it's fine and people have done this in the past where they do the speech in their native language.
They
and then
100% should have done that.
Yeah. And I also think it's best when people do that because then they feel maybe more comfortable.
And you see
like,
their emotion better.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, but I get why you didn't, but.
Yeah. No. What thing did you like the least? What award? I guess Poor Things. Beating out Barbie a couple times.
Yeah, I thought that Barbie should have won production design and Poor Things won. And I didn't love the Poor Things production design.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessary. I mean, and I thought Barbie's was very good. But yeah, there were some parts of, I don't know, the Poor Things production design, I felt like it was just inconsistent.
Yeah.
So there were times that it was good, but overall, I didn't think it was like consistent enough.
So I'm in the same boat, but it's for Killers of the Flower Moon production design.
Sure.
Than it is. You know what I really liked was the Killers of the Flower Moon original song. That was a cool moment.
Yeah, that was a good performance.
Probably the best performance of the original songs.
Okay.
No, but I think it was one of the better original songs. It just kind of had them all going on. Billie Eilish really had a great start to it.
Yeah, I'm just not.
I know you don't like Billie.
Like
I know you don't like Billie Eilish. Flamin' Hot was whatever. That was just passed by. But the other four were. What's the one I'm not thinking? What's the one I'm forgetting about?
The John Baptiste one.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying like 4 of the 5 were solid performances that were enjoyable, and then Ryan Gosling closing out the night. And
that was. I mean, I've been thinking about it all day. Like I can't. And it just was. It was movie magic. Like it was so great. He is so great. I loved every part of it. I loved that the other Kens were there. That was important to me. I said that going and I was like, I really want all of the Kens to be there. I want Simu to be there. I want Kingsley Ben-Adir to be there. And the other 2 whose names I don't know, but I wanted them all to be there. And they were. And they really committed. And I was like, these are big stars. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, Simu is a Marvel superhero. Kingsley Ben-Adir is Bob Marley right now. Like, these are big stars, and they're just like, yeah, well, I need to be a backup dancer right now.
What's crazy to me is like
that.
Ryan Gosling is not a person who's like in the Hollywood, like trying to like schmooze. He does it in his own like kind of way, but then he's also like, I guess I'll just do a really silly thing at the Oscars and like go for it. Where it's like, it's like not wanting to be in the public eye, but then like, oh, this is a fun thing.
Yeah,
And doing that, it's
he's
like
such
a
a
really
good sport.
My buddy was telling me that Harrison Ford loves Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Because he was like, oh, this guy is like, he's the most like me
That makes
in
sense.
Hollywood.
I see that.
So I like Gosling a lot. So Katie, we're going a little over what we thought our time was going to be here.
All right, let's wrap it up.
What's your good, bad, normal takeaway from the Oscars this year?
Oh, I did not prepare any of these.
Oh, okay. I'll start. My good takeaway is that every year there needs to be people that Batman killed talking
Every year
about
there
that
should be
Batman.
a Batman reference.
There should be. I mean, honestly, if next year you had Tom Hardy and Cillian Murphy talking about how Christian Bale killed them, and then they don't mention Heath. They don't mention, because he never died in the movie, but And then just keep going like that.
Okay.
Forever.
Sure.
That's my good takeaway. More Batman in the Oscars. I mean, Michael Keaton doing the hand signal for "Come on, come bring it" to Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Honestly, my favorite moment of the Oscars, even more than "I'm Just Ken." I was like insane. They did that.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was a really fun moment. I guess my good takeaway is that I love when they bring back, when they lean into the nostalgia of Hollywood, and so I think my good takeaway is that they should keep doing that.
No, that is good. And then in 4 years, it's the 100th one, so it'd be insane. My bad takeaway is I think this is Lily Gladstone's only chance to win the Oscar.
It is a bad takeaway.
It sucks that she didn't win. No, it's not bad that it sucks that she didn't win, but I don't think she's gonna get nominated again.
Okay, well, I disagree with you, and that's that.
Okay, well, what's your bad takeaway?
My bad takeaway is I had one. I thought of one while I was talking, and then I forgot it.
Okay,
This is so sad.
Is it Poor Things related? Is it presentation? Is it Jimmy Kimmel related?
I don't think so. Oh, this isn't a bad takeaway. I just wanted to say that I think the
It
writer.
could be your normal takeaway.
My normal takeaway is that the writers should be applauded. The writers of this show should be applauded, and I hope that it wins the Golden Globe next year. Or the Emmy or whatever it is that it's usually up for.
No,
I thought it was just so well written. I thought all the bits were good. I loved the most of the presentation bits. I guess my bad takeaway, I haven't said one yet, right?
No, you've not said a bad
Losing
takeaway
it.
yet.
Bad takeaway. This is a bad takeaway. I recognize that. I don't think that dogs should be at the Oscars. And I know that is a bad takeaway because Messi was so cute, and I did like the little bit that they did where they pretended like he was clapping, and all the dog jokes were very funny, but all I can think about when there is a dog at a big event, I get nervous. I'm like, is the dog okay? Does the dog need to? I don't know. I care too much about the dog, and I can't have them at these award shows where I'm really concerned about their health.
That's really funny. So you just are nervous about the dog the whole time.
I just want it to be safe in a little doggy bed.
So I believe,
and that's why I can't even watch Anatomy of a Fall, because I know about his great acting, and it would just ruin me.
I believe so. The writer is Jesse McLaren.
Okay.
And he took credit for writing the Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the John Cena bit.
The John Cena bit was a lot. I saw someone said interesting, a perfect opportunity for you to have Barry Keoghan do this, which would have made sense.
Yeah, but I think Barry Keoghan honestly seems like the kind of guy wow, don't make fun of my art for a joke, because it's actually pretty serious why I did that.
I don't get that vibe. I don't.
Oh,
Based
really?
on interviews I've seen
with
them, I think he would have been up for it, except for the fact that they didn't. Saltburn didn't get any nominations for anything. So.
Saltburn got no mentions of it.
Yeah.
Madam Web got 2 mentions at the Oscars.
Yeah, good takeaway. More Madam Web mentions at every Oscars. I wish Dakota Johnson had been there.
I just can't imagine. She would just seem lost the entire time.
I just want her at every awards show.
Yeah. My normal takeaway is they need to add 3 additional Oscars.
Okay.
Well, I do like they were adding casting, so we'll give them that one.
Sure.
And they need to add best kid performance.
Definitely.
And lastly, best stunt team for a movie. I would really love that they gave stuntmen a shout out for a little bit.
Wait, you said 3, and then you said best kid, best stunt.
The casting one.
Oh, okay.
So they're already adding one of them.
Oh, great.
But I'm just thinking
I thought you meant 3 additional.
They should add a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's any last thoughts on the Oscars?
That's a good Oscars.
Oppenheimer won the best picture, by the way, everybody. Christopher
We
Nolan
said
won
it.
best
We already
director.
said that.
Christopher Nolan hugging Steven Spielberg was actually
that was nice.
a sweet
That was a nice
a
moment.
sweet moment.
Yeah.
Oh, and lastly, I like Ariana Grande now.
Yes, you found her very charming.
I was surprised
on the red carpet.
I would
and,
never have
yeah.
thought to find her, and she was like excited when she was on stage presenting. Ariana Grande and Billie Eilish hugging each other is very weird and strange, but yeah. No, I really enjoyed the Oscars. I hope they do a different host. I like Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm kind of want something different.
Yeah.
And more musical performance, like musical montage beginnings of the movies.
Yes.
But yeah.
All right. Well, this was a good Oscars podcast.
Our usual editor didn't do this because I did a rush job, so this is
Yeah,
just me
that's why it's
editing this
poorly
one.
edited.
Yeah.
Don't attribute that to our actual usual editor.
But thanks again for checking it out, and have a good one. Follow us on @TIAGMPod on Instagram, and you can email us
TIAGMpodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
This, this is a good movie podcast with Katie and Joe.